One question that stuck out to me: how to get over a breakup. You don't mother loving get over no mother loving breakup.
Thickness ENT, and you know that is a name. He be looking real pretty, wanna be up in our lane. Thickness ENT, and you know that is a name. He be looking real pretty, wanna be up in our lane.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Tyanna Thickness. So, y'all know 2 years ago, Thickness Entertainment did Vlogmas, and I just decided to bring it back because this time I was not past enough. Period. And that's on that. You know what I mean? I'm not a makeup artist. I am not quad thickness, but I could do a little some. So check out my little makeup drip. Honestly, I just put it all together, but I tried. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to coordinate, you like. Alright, so I just want to have girl talk with y'all. It ain't nothing crazy. I just wanted to have girl talk. I just wanted to talk to y'all, you know, talk to our supporters and just, you know, just have girl talk. First thing first, I want to talk about, like, I'm all for women. Like, if you know me, I'm all about women. Like, I love showing women love. I like giving advice. You know, sometimes when I give people advice, I be preaching to myself because I be going through a lot of stuff too. You feel me? So I need the advice just as much as I'm giving it. With that being said, it was one question that stuck out. I was reading today and I was like, you know what, that is a great topic. I was gonna give y'all story time, but I'll wait till another day in December. Vlogmas is gonna be full of surprises, and we're gonna try our hardest to keep up these topics, keep trying to drop every single day. And if we can't drop every day, I'll try with my hardest to make sure we still have videos for Vlogmas. One question that stuck out to me was definitely how to get over a breakup. Right? First and foremost, like, what's tea? Let me just tell y'all this. What's tea? You don't fucking get over you don't mother loving get over no mother loving breakup. That's number one. You just don't get over a breakup. Hold on, y'all, let me just fix my atmosphere. But excuse me, do you get over a breakup? You don't mother loving get over a breakup. Like, I'm sorry, you just don't get over a breakup, period. Nah, I'm absolutely kidding, guys. You do get over a breakup. First things first, with time. Let's be cliche. I know it sounds crazy, be like, oh my god, I know you feel like you can never get over him, but trust me, you will get over him, like, with time. But within that time, you have to fill your space with things that you like to do. Like, I'm telling you, like, people be acting like they can't have hobbies without these niggas, and you can have hobbies without these niggas, okay? So stop feeling like you just need a nigga all the time. Stop feeling like you need somebody. Sometimes, you know, like, they tell you to go date, you know, like, what I've learned is, like, you know, just by seeing other people's situations, people go out and date, and sometimes people just be in a relationship, get into another relationship, jump into another relationship, jump into another relationship. Let me tell y'all, let me be the first person to tell y'all, I have done that. I have been with my first love, and I have got out. Well, I can't say he was a first love, he was just my first, but I loved him, so I called him my first love. My first love, alright, that's another story time for another day. We gonna get into it. So if y'all want that story time, drop it in the comments below, or hit me up and tell me that you want that story. That it's the difference between my first love and it's the difference between my actual first, because they're not the same. I have a first love, and I definitely have a first, okay, that I love a lot. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, so people feel like, you know, you could jump in and out of a relationship. Like I said, I've been that person to jump in and out of relationships, and trust me, like, when I tell you, like, it's not good. Like, you can't, sorry, I was just looking at mine. You cannot jump in and out of a relationship. You cannot do that. Let me tell you why. Because I have jumped in a relationship with my first, and then I was with, you know, my ex-boyfriend, and I met my other ex-boyfriend, and it's like a resume button. When you're hurt and you're not healed, heal first. And I'm gonna get to that a little bit. When you're hurt and you jump out of a relationship, you still come with baggage. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. When you're in a relationship and you get out of it, you come with baggage. Do not listen to nobody when they tell you you don't feel like you could jump out of. I don't want to hear, oh, I mentally left the situation and now I'm in this situation. I said what I said. You're not fully over your situation. You may have mentally checked out, granted, but you're not over that situation. So do not bring baggage from your last relationship to a new one, because he is not him. You have to give everybody a clean slate. And sometimes as women, we be like, oh, you ain't shit. You gonna do what my ex nigga did to me. That's another thing. If you tell your new honey or your new situation what the last nigga did to you, sometimes he could vow to protect you, vow to love you, vow to not hurt you, and won't be that nigga and won't hurt you. But 9 times out of 10, in this generation, in this day and age, you're telling him basically what you can take and what you won't take. So say if he was ain't shit, right? You already preparing him to be ain't shit because you already explained your hurt to him, what the last nigga did to him. I mean, did to you, excuse me, what the last nigga did. So not only you're telling him how to hurt you and your limits, he know if he do this, you're not gonna leave so easy. Just say your ex messed up, it was over, it didn't work out, boom. Because then now he will understand I cannot play with her like that. You get what I'm saying? He gonna overly work hard to not hurt you. And if he hurts you, then he just don't give a fuck, period. But anyway, you cannot take baggage from your last relationship and try to deal with it in your new one. It's just not gonna work. It's not. Because like I said, you're gonna find yourself comparing this new one, and it could be a girlfriend too. You're gonna find yourself comparing, like as a man, my ex-girl used to do that, my ex-man used to do that, and you cannot do that. You cannot live your life bringing baggage into another relationship. And a lot of young people, especially in our community, tend to do that, and that's not right. You cannot do that. Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Stop bringing baggage. Stop jumping into shit thinking you could get over a person, because you're never gonna be happy. I know people today that have been in relationships since they was young, in and out of relationships, and now they just want to live their life. They like, yo, all I knew was relationship. I just want to have fun. I just want to live my life. And your partner suffered those consequences. You feel what I'm trying to say? You see where I'm going here? Your partner really don't mind that, okay? Don't mind that. I'm going to fix it. I'm doing that, do my nails. Don't judge me. And I got makeup on my hand from when I did my makeup, but you know, at the end of the day, this is me. This is the real Tyanna, okay? So just bear with me. I'm doing this for content. I'm doing this for y'all, okay? I do my little Christmas scenery. It's a little ghetto, but I'm ghetto, y'all know that. But anyway, yeah, so don't bring baggage in your next relationship. That's number 1 of healing. Number 2 of healing, I don't even know what number I'm on, but just the rules of healing. What worked for me was my own meditation. I got into, like, I've always knew, like, I'm Aquarius, but I've got into astrology even deeper, even more when I was hurt. Like, it was a point in my life where I was depressed really bad from my first situation, my first ever. Like I said, he wasn't my first love, but he was my first everything, if you know what I mean. I was deeply in love with him. Not anymore, but I was deeply in love with him. So I'm gonna say that he was definitely my first everything, to experience what it's like to being with a guy, being comfortable with a guy, you know what I mean? Like, just all of that shit. So my first step, like, I could not, like, I was depressed, mad depressed. I did not want to come outside. The only time I went outside when I had to work. I didn't do anything. I just laid there, cried, just looking dumb, trying to show my love to him, writing him long messages for me to just get okay. And you know what? Now that I'm healed, suck my, for real, because you violated my nigga. Like, you could have just blocked me, period. Don't hurt, like, if you, that's why I don't write long paragraphs now, because I'm my first. Like, I don't do shit like that. And if I'm writing a long paragraph, that mean I'm really upset, because I don't do that no more. I'm gonna send a voice motherfucking no, seriously, because these niggas got you fucked up. Like, for real, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm pouring my fucking heart out to you, and you sitting there just okay. Don't okay my shit. That's another thing. These niggas, stop sending long messages. Send that fucking voice note. Seriously, because a nigga will look at all of that and be like, okay, what do you mean okay? Like, I just poured my heart out. I was so desperately in love with him, and I would just write so much and he would just be like, okay. Like, really hurtful and disrespectful and very selfish, like, you know what I mean? And that's just was, I was just depressed. Like, he had done so much hurt and fuck shit to me and really played mind games, you know what I mean? And it's not that I was stupid, it was just that I was just so comfortable, and all I wanted was him. All I craved was him. That's a different type of love that I've never experienced before. Like, I liked people, I had emotional connections with people, and like I said, I have a first love, but it was never that. Like, when you're comfortable with somebody, you're actually laying in the bed with somebody, you're actually close. Like, he really grew me up at an older age, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I was like, I don't know, ladies, like, when you have a first and you have that like, I'm a lover girl. People lose their virginity, don't give a fuck about the nigga. But when you a lover girl, you become attached. Like, I was so emotionally, physically attached to this man. Like, he was my food and I was the fucking plate, starving. Like, he was that person for me. I know it's weird, I know it's scary. So I had to take my power back. I had to find my peace, and I had to honestly figure out, okay, what can I do to get this nigga out of my system? What the fuck can I do to get this nigga out of my system? And I remember just going on YouTube, and I would just get like I would look up like motivation, because one thing about me in college, I always like look for like motivation, like videos to push me. So I remember just looking at motivation. I just felt like that was not working. I mean, like the breakups and motivation speeches, like, I'm Aquarius, so I need things to stimulate my mind. Like, you have to take my mind off of something. Don't get me wrong, like, I had like situations, I was talking to other people or whatever, trying to go through this breakup, and you know, I had people to occupy my time, but it wasn't like like I said, I'm comparing. That goes back to what I'm saying. You can't jump into one thing and another, because you comparing, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to have a clean slate, get this nigga out of my system, and stop jacking this nigga, like, you feel me? And stop being so weak for him. So I remember while on YouTube, they basically recommend different type of videos. And I got into, like, I was always into astrology. Like, I used to always read my horoscopes and shit like that. But I got like a video of like people actually doing tarot, people actually into readings, and people actually, you know, and sometimes you're gonna find videos that resonate, and sometimes you're not gonna find no videos that don't resonate. So don't be like every video is about you. No, you just have to find out like what they saying and what works for you, how you interpret it. It's about your spiritual connection. Like, people be like astrology fake, but it's not their journey. You're not on the journey, like, they're not on your journey. You could be very spiritual and a person next to you haven't been there yet, so they don't understand. So people that be like, oh, astrology fake, spirituality is fake, and horoscopes is bullshit, and they didn't have their journey yet. They didn't get on their journey, their spiritual journey yet. Like, it was not introduced to them yet, or who knows, it may not ever be introduced to them. So you can't get mad at them because they're not on your journey, period. That's point blank period. That's all I gotta say about it. So anyway, I had got recommended, and I realized, like, you know, this person is talking that talk. And then I just noticed, like, me putting things into perspective and actually really just keep looking at readings, different people who worked for me, who didn't work for me, who I felt was bullshit, who I felt was not, but I took everything that resonated, and that became, you know, just to hear the inspiring words. Yeah, they tell you how your partner feel about you, but sometimes, like, you get readers that tell you, like, people tell you exactly what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. Not only that helped me just to get my mental right, like, not only just listening to readings, and they told me, like, yo, you're gonna be something great, you're gonna chase these dreams, you're gonna da da da. That's the part that I looked at. I didn't really focus on how my lover feel about me and all that shit like that. I wasn't into all of that. I was mainly into, like, where my life gonna be at, period. That's all I wanted to know. Like, what I get out of this depressed state. And that actually helped me, y'all. I'm not gonna front, that helped me. And then I started to put my mind back onto what I loved, and that was, you know, just be the best version of me. Getting back to my music, I wrote music. That was very therapeutic. I just worked my ass off. I had 2 jobs at the time, just working my ass off, just, you know, just trying to, you know, doing everything, staying out of the house. I started hanging out with my best friend at the time, and I started hanging out with my sis at the time, and we met new people, and I just started meeting new people, and I started to go out. I was a homebody all the time. I never came outside. Like I said, I only came outside when I was literally with my best friend at the time, or I'm fucking outside at work, or I'm with him, and usually I'm with my best friend with him. So it's like, you know what I mean? So I never like went outside. So I started meeting new people. I started going outside. I started going to events. And like, I've always been who I was. Don't get that twisted. I've always been Tyanna Thickness, but just on social media. And all my pictures is in my room. Like, that's one thing. Like, I was lit on a gram, but I was always in my room. So not only that, what else is very therapeutic going through a breakup is definitely music. If you've been through heartbreak, or if you've been through anything, just know music really do something to the soul. And this, rest in peace PNB Rock, because that was me and my ex-boy. Like, I loved him. He loved his music. I loved his music. But a lot of PNB records really got me by. Like, you know, and then like the old school music, and I'm so, like, I love underground R&B. That can help you through a breakup too. Like, and once you mentally, like, you have to be mentally prepared to move on. You know, I had to literally drag myself out of being depressed. It was to the point that I held on that hurt for so long that my best friend at the time used to tell me, like, you're dragging it. But the bitch didn't understand. I was fucking hurt. I never been hurt like that before. Cause I was the person that be like, leave that nigga alone, and I will cut a nigga off quick. But it's something about him. He had this hold on me that I didn't know. It's like, I knew he was fucking up. I knew he wasn't the nigga for me, but he had that hold on me. Like, I was mentally connected to him. You know what I mean? And physically, like, I craved him. Like, nobody was telling me. Like, he could call me right now, and I'm jumping off this motherfucking screen, and I'm going with my nigga. Period. He said he's sorry, period. You know, and I was that person, and you cannot be that person. I'm telling you, like, let me tell you, like, I'm sorry, this shit is just, when you really that person and you connected to a nigga, that's very dangerous. It's nothing wrong with being in love for the right nigga. Like, I pray that my husband, and I'm connected to him, and I'm physically, mentally connected to him, I hope it's a good toxic. Like, I hope that I'm craved to the right man, not the wrong motherfucking man. You feel me? And yeah, so that's how I got over my breakup. Like, I've been into spirituality for a very long time. I'm very spiritual. I'm into readings. I practiced tarot before, but that's not something like I do. Like, I'm not a witch or anything, and it's not really witchy. I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's just more so like, when I'm really going through a hard time, I literally like get a reading. You know what I mean? Like, I like people doing it on me. I'm also don't do it on people. Like I said, I practice, but that's not my profession. That's not what I do. Don't ask me for no reading. If I am doing this for fun, trust me. But I'm very spiritual, and I'm an empath, so I'm very good at reading people and really like studying people and really analyzing things. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm very like blessed, and I'm highly favored. Like, it's nothing that you can keep from me that I will never find out. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just really in tune spiritually, and I think I found my way when I was in the darkest time, because I was going through a bad depression. Not only it was a depressed state, it was just a dark space for me. Like, I did not want to do anything, and it's not even, it was more so not even a heartbreak. It was more so like, how did I let somebody play with me again? And it's not like again, like it happened before, but like, it's just like just being hurt in fucking life. How did I let somebody play with me? That was more so my whole thing about this heartbreak. Like, it was really bad, really, really bad. So spirituality helped me, just focusing on myself, really putting my things, like, find a hobby. Please find a hobby. If you're getting over a breakup, find something that you like to do. Put your time and effort into everything that you like to do, whether it's school, whether it's work, whether it's chasing your dreams, whether it's music. Your hobby and something that you love to do will get your mind off that nigga, get your mind off that female. I'm telling you, find a hobby. Because when you put all your time, like, you ever notice, you ever see a girl after a breakup or a nigga after a breakup and they look so fine? Because they put in all that time and energy in themselves and putting themselves out there and doing everything that they want to do. Like, oh, she ain't never do this when she was with me, or he ain't never do this when he was with me, because that's the healing process. That's the point. We want to find ourselves. We want to pull ourselves out them dark times, get ourselves together, fix ourselves up, and go genuinely. And that's another thing. Meeting new people. That's another thing. So it's healing, spirituality. Again, you don't have to be spiritual. You, like, you know, I believe in God too. I'm spiritual and I believe in God, period. So you could call on God, get into church, get in tune, whatever you got to do. Or you, if you're not religious, you're not spiritual, then that's just not your vibe. Just like I said, like, if you like to read, I love to read novels. You know, get a book that you really like to read. Or if you like to write, just write your feelings down and write about everything else. Not only your feelings, but things that make you happy, things that make you smile. Just get your mind off that person. If you have to mingle and go out there, go to events or go somewhere with your friends, or just to get your mind off of that your partner or your ex-partner, go do it. You know what I mean? Don't jump into a relationship, but it's cool to meet and talk to new people. You know what I mean? Get your mind off of these people. And I promise you, with time, that's what they mean when they say with time. With time, while you occupying your time, you can get over your old situation. You feel what I'm trying to say? So with time and occupying your time, that's how you get over an ex. And I could sit here and let y'all know that it's been 5 years and a half that I have not been with my person. Granted, we still conversate till this day. We are cool. That's it. But it took a while for me to get to, oh, we're cool, and really mean that. You know what I mean? So for me and him is on some shit like, you played me, I will never go back. And this is not to bash him, because I want the best for him. That's one thing about me. If I had love for you, even my exes and anybody that I loved before, like, I want you to be the better version you can be. I want you to be great in life. I'ma still support you. I'ma still be your friend. I'ma still be that person. But as far as a relationship and us being as close and having full access to me, I'm sorry, it's not happening anymore. Because when I wanted you, you treated me like you didn't know what you had. You played with my feelings, you fumbled me, and you didn't treat me good as a boyfriend. You was very selfish. You was very, like, I was very miserable with you, and I'm not coming back. And that's not to bash you, because I don't think you're a bad person. I just felt like maybe you grew up. It's been 5.5 years. Sometimes you gotta talk to the camera like you talking to your ex so they can get it. Not saying he don't get it, but what I'm saying is, I was very not happy with you. If you have to beg somebody for their love while you're in that situation, that's not real love. And niggas always want to fall in love with you after you decide to not fuck with them no more. Or sometimes they try to spin back to see if you're still stupid. Either way, I ain't going back. I ain't going back, Stevie. Nope. Never going back to the strip club, Stevie. That's how you get over ex. You know, like I said, time and occupying your time. If you was never happy, oh, that's another thing. If you healed from a relationship, healed, like you had to go through the hurt and deal with the hurt alone, and that person did not try to make it work and didn't want you, and really didn't care if you left and didn't fight for you or no type of, and you had to go and heal and get over that person, and that person wants you back and you go back, what the heck was the healing for? What the heck was the healing for? Why did you go back? No, leave that clown where he at, period. Like, we ain't doing that. We gonna leave them mother lovers where they at, period. Ain't no going back. You can't boss up and level up over a person to go back to the person. You wasn't happy with them. So when you go back and you find out you still ain't happy with them, guess who lose? You. That's how you get over a breakup. Period. Girl talk one-on-one. Like I said, my girls definitely, my sisters, they definitely will be making Vlogmas videos. Very special. It's coming. Whatever they decide to do, they can do anything they want, whatever. I'm just so surprised and so anxious to see what they got planned, and it's gonna be dope. So like I said, bear with us, we're coming. And I just got the first 2 days locked in, period. Lady, y'all, I love y'all. Thickness Entertainment, TOE forever. See y'all in the next Vlogmas day 2.
Jingle bell.